Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So today, right, because I told y'all yesterday I was finna like do it today because it's Halloween or whatever. Here is my review on the Fnaf movie. Now of course, heavy spoilers, and of course to the two people who haven't already watched the movie, click off until you have watched this so you can hear my raw thoughts, because it's really what this is. And I'm going to dig into this movie. Okay, first, right, we start with what I liked. For one, I think I liked the ending. I liked it a lot more than the ending, it was kind of, I'm still forming my thoughts. I don't exactly have like a Google Doc ready, but like, the ending, it was good because like it had like a spring lock failure. But at the same time, like, it was like you know what's going to happen in the next film? Well, maybe, but it's like, man, like, the spring lock failure, it was just kind of cheesy. The performance, like, of course, like, the 13 rating, it was always going to, like, you're going to have to hold back, but the way that they worked around it didn't exactly do it for me. Like, like, I saw this review the other day, and it was like, the fan-made sound, it was just, like, amazing. Fucking blood-curdling screams. But here it was just like, ow, like, in the little 8-bit minigame, he just falls to the floor shaking. Here he just, like, slowly, like, gets on a knee and fucking gets dragged away, bro. Like, how do you say it? It's just not what you'd really want from something that's supposed to be so gruesome, And, like, I don't exactly, like, and sorry for the, sniffling or whatever. It's fucking, all of a sudden it's fucking allergy season. But now, yeah. So, I like how it was a good transition to my fucking bad thoughts. I can't exactly think about everything I like. Okay, number one, right? Despite Mike Schmidt being absolutely irrelevant, and I will get to that, his backstory wasn't that bad. And Vanessa, right, despite being absolutely fucking not mattering to FNAF 1 at all, she was still like a good inclusion, like, the actresses, like, they did a phenomenal job. Now, who are gonna get to the bad thoughts? Now, of course, right, I will give a rating at the end of the video, but for now, like, the whole video is just going to be my bad thoughts. I may or may not talk about my good thoughts, depending on how much time I have and the 40 minutes I have until I go trick-or-treating. For one, right, we have, why does Mike Schmidt or Abby even fucking matter, right? Because, okay, look, right, Mike Schmidt, of course, is the name of the first, FNAF security guard, and this is, of course, based on FNAF 1, but he doesn't matter. Like, of course, this is coming from, like, a fan who was expecting, like, not exactly, like, lore accuracy, because you can't exactly fit everything into one film, but I was expecting at least some lore. They only dropped, like, a couple, like, the most memorable parts. It was pretty much just the highlights jumbled up into just one whole movie, and of course, that would be good, but at the same time, like, right now, it's not. Because when you have a movie that you spent 8 years trying to create, and the fan base just, fucking watching over you like some damn, like, your boss at work or something, like, you're going to have to care, because, well, we care, like, we care about how this movie turned out. We've been caring for 8 years. So when you have, like, 8 years of work just turning into a fucking horror flick, and it wasn't even horror. It wasn't even it was more of a thriller than it was like any horror fucking suspense. What FNAF is supposed to be, this movie wasn't. I'll tell you that just straight off the bat. Whatever you expected this movie to be, it's not going to be. Of course, like, my hopes, right, for this movie, and I've stated this like 1,000 times, my hopes going into this movie were low. And first at the theater, right, and you can check through the Discord messages and Animation Code server, right, I was like praising the movie because, well, you know, the fucking Springlock failure ending, right? But essentially, it was like, the more I thought about it, it started turning to like, this is why I can't like, and it's not one of those movies where you can just like shut your brain off and just like enjoy whatever's happening, because it's not an action movie. And like, it's not anything like fucking what we thought it was. And you can't shut your brain off because, like, this has easily one of the best stories in fucking gaming history. And, well, like, I understand that maybe Scott Cawthon, like, he didn't have, like, full creative control like we would have wanted it. God damn, that voice crack. Fuck. But, like, I don't think he had the movie, like, planned out. And I don't think, like, it ended up being what he exactly wanted. But still, like, a lot of these characters are new. And, like, okay, look at the overall review. Okay, so, number one, the lady, the fucking one that wants to take Abby away from Mike. Her goons or whatever, the fucking people who try to, like, get Mike to lose his job or some shit. They serve, like, this whole plot just serves as a fucking showcase for fucking, whatchamacallit. My bad. It serves as, like, a showcase for, you know, what the animatronics can do. But we don't ever get to see that again. It happens for one scene. And then the animatronics go to fucking try and be Abby's friend. Which I get, like, they're kids. But they overdo the kid shit. They overdo it to however far they could, right? Because, like, okay, but I understand these are kids that are, like, haunting the fucking animatronics. But, bro, they were too kid-like. Like, okay, look, the kids in Fnaf, right? Essentially, like, what everyone knows them as are people who are confused, right? And, like, just childs who are just trying to move on to the afterlife. And this could make for just a bunch of emotional scenes of kids just being in agony. But no, they are influenced by paintings on the wall, which they said earlier in the film, you know, like, drawings are kids' fucking first language, like, first thing into communication. But still, it's a fucking crazy that you couldn't just have, how do you say it? You couldn't have, like, done anything better than fucking draw a picture on a wall and all of a sudden they know what they have to do. Like, in the lore, these kids were the ones who fucking killed Afton, right? Like, gotten Afton the fucking, you know, fall into the Springlock failure. And, like, like, they fucking, like, that happens. But not in the way you'd like it to. Like, it's like, they did it, but at what cost? Like, they did it at the cost of, they did it, like, a lot of things. You can describe this movie as, they did what you wanted, but you realize that, like, shit. I lost my fucking train of thought right there. Like, they did what you want, but it wasn't the way you would have liked it. And you can't really complain, because, like, you know, now Afton's gonna sit in the room for 30 years. But, okay, right, moving on to Afton. He was, honestly, in this movie, like, I don't understand Afton and Vanessa. Like, of course, right, in the lore, it was speculated that maybe there was, like, another Afton child. But, like, I had made it, like, a joke. And, like, it was, like, that's one of the reasons I was hyped. I had made a joke during Vanessa's monologue. Which, by the way, instead of having, like, a good plot, they just used the Vanessa to fucking have, like, you know, they used Vanessa to fucking, just for, like, info dumps or whatever. So you don't really have just a good plot to figure these things out. No, instead you just have Vanessa spewing out just everything and like a bunch and just a fucking dialogue dump, and it's just like, bro, at least just make it make sense, bro. And then fucking like during her during her fucking monologue, I said, oh, watch her be fucking William's fucking sister. And when she said she was, I had gotten excited because like I called that, right? And the more I thought about it, well, when I thought about it in the car, I'm like, that was dumb as hell. Like, it has like shock factor, right? But then you just realize that makes a lot more sense. Like, that's her only reason for knowing all of this information. And like, it's like, dude, like, ugh, you know, like, and I don't even like Vanessa's character. Every single one of these characters has no emotional stakes except for Mike. But even then, like, how do you say it? They don't make you exactly care for Mike that much. Because he just like, I don't know, dude. He's just kind of, how do I say it? He's kind of pathetic. Like, as a character, I can't look at him and be like, that is like, I love that character. Like, he's just kind of pathetic. You know? And it was just kind of disappointing because, well, you know, like, of course, you'd want to follow the security guard, but, like, we would have even appreciated just a Fnaf 1 plot. Not even having, like, no fucking William Afton just fucking sit in a room 5 nights in a row trying to survive. That would have been better than it was almost like the whole movie was, like, a highlight reel that eventually turned into a plot. And it was just kind of, like, embarrassing as a fan, you know, like, you just sit there and be like, wow, like, you couldn't have given us anything better than, like, that. Like, of course, like, I'm never going to have something good to say. Like, I'm the one who fucking speaks, like, about everything that, well, at least I didn't like. I don't know what other people thought about it, but, like, fresh out the theater, it was like a 9 out of 10. Now it's like a 6 or 5.5 out of 10. Cause like the more you think about it, it's just like, yeah. But anyway, back to the fucking kids being too childish. They built a fucking fort with Abby instead of having emotional scenes. You know, it's just like kids, you know, who are stuck in agony. You know, they build forts and play with the little girl. I get influenced by drawings. Bro. Really? Really? It's so dumb. So fucking dumb. You don't even know how frustrated I was. Imagine, you know, new generation now, sitting in the theater, right? Being like, oh, this movie ain't been that bad. And then fucking I see fucking Freddy, Fonny, Boxy, Chico, whatever, right? Laying down in a fucking pile of chairs and tables. Make it make sense to me. I was so excited for this movie too, but like the more I talk about this, the more bad I think that the movie is. Now, of course, I've only watched it once. I don't have the time because the movie, it feels like 3 hours long, right? Like, the movie goes on, it goes off way too slowly. And by the way, right, again, of course, back to Mike Schmidt, because I completely forgot about what I was literally just saying, but back to Mike Schmidt, right? They try to make us care for his character by going to the same damn dream every single fucking night. We played this dream sequence at least 4 times. At least 4. And eventually, halfway through the movie, it's just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Let me have more detailed, more fucking, like, you know, animatronic scenes that are fucking animatronic scenes, bro. These are literally, like, the animatronics are fucking side characters. How was a character that we've seen once and don't know much about, how do we know that fucking that's not How do we know that that's not fucking just absurd? Like, it's so dumb. It. How do I say? I think I hate it so much because it reminds me too damn much of Jurassic World Dominion. And if you know me, you know my fucking thoughts on Jurassic World Dominion. I fucking hate that movie. Oh god, I hate that movie with a passion. You don't even know, bro. It's just like they try to fit in so many like good scenes and whatever, and they try to make you care for characters that like I don't give a fuck, right? And like the characters that you do care about, the fucking big bad dinosaur, the fucking animatronics, you don't really give a shit about. And of course, even then, like moving on from all of this, William Afton doesn't even have a motive, right? Like in the games, right? He had fucking, now of course they're going to have a part 2, so maybe we can find his motive there. But the fact that we need to wait like another couple years to have a fucking motive for William Afton, it's fucking absurd. It's just, why? It feels like everything happens just to happen. And like in this movie, everything happens just like how do I say it? It feels like everything's a coincidence. It just ended up being a movie somehow. And of course, I'm gonna have to go. So there's going to be a part 2. Yeah, maybe a part 3, depending on how I feel. And yeah, so those are my current thoughts on what I've thought about in the 16 minutes and 45 seconds that I've been rambling on about. Yeah, so I'll see you in a couple of days when I upload the second part to this. Yes, I'll see you. Have a good Halloween.